Asia session. It's Monday the 6th of July, second week of July. I've already taken one small trade. I tried to short here. Took a $170 loss, which is about 0.5% for my account. Trade a $30,000 account at the start of every week. Let's see, it says 29,830 because I lost $170 trying to short it. I have been here since 10 a.m. It's now 10:47. So I've been looking at it, but I had my microphone muted, so I just realized that I wasn't recording my voice. I do try to be really careful about what I'm doing on Monday. So I try to take it really slow. If I do take a few trades, they're usually very low risk or very small risk. I am now really, really surprised by this rally. Very much so. Suppose I should have paid attention to the price action there. 3 consecutive bull bars, probably going to go a bit higher. I'm sort of thinking that this kind of a sell-off may see a second leg down, and I'm looking for it. Don't know if it's right. It just traded above bar 1, which could be a point where bulls got trapped and they're getting out now. I think that would make a head and shoulders pattern. Technically. See if it gets any more bearish price action. This is a point where bulls potentially got trapped above bar 1. Buying at the open here, a breakout to the upside. So they could get out there, break even. A low one short there. Now on the 5-minute chart. A low one short. I'm going to sell the market here. At the low one short level. It's a pretty hefty risk. It is coming below bull bar. Guess I'm hoping for a new low. And possibly lower. I do feel like adding, but I'll just wait. I'm just thinking. Just thinking that I wish I added and take a little bit of my position off and put the stop loss to break even on this. And possibly, if this makes a new low, holding it and maybe adding more on a small pullback, I don't know, not sure, or just holding the rest. But I did actually make a small loss right at the initial sell-off of 170. I wish I added more earlier. Like up here when I said so. That's okay. If it keeps selling off, there'll be opportunities to sell more, I suppose. Very strong reversal attempt here. could stop me out. Really strong bull bar, yeah. I'm not sure. Double bottom, high or low now. Could go higher. Hmm. Looks as though it does want to go higher now. I think if I see another bear bar, I should be adding more. Another, I only have 0.5 of got 50 cents per point on. I was short $2 a point. I think if this area here doesn't manage to reverse up, it's going to go for a new low of the day. If the bulls can't reverse it. The bulls seemingly desperate not to let that happen though. I'm gonna sell again. I'll just see. I did say I wanted to short another bear bar, but now I'm getting an even better price. I think if I start seeing more bull bars, I'll probably get out before it stops me out. There is another hour until the break, an hour and 10 minutes until the lunch break, so there's plenty of time for the bears to make a sell-off if they want to do that. So let's see. I'm just sort of carefully trying to position myself for a decent sell-off, but whether it comes, different story. Sometimes it's just not easy. Seemingly strong bull close here on the 5-minute chart. Probably going a bit higher, I would have thought, maybe. Yeah. It did go above the prior bar high. Some buyers there are getting pushed down quickly. That does. Sort of want to let this play out for a little bit longer. If it continues to go higher, I'll probably get out for a net break even. Something. I think the bears have an opportunity to make a new low, but if they're not taking it, then I don't want to be on their side. I'm just constantly thinking if it's if it makes sense to be a buyer when I'm in a short, and also when I'm in a long, if it makes sense to be a seller. So I'm just constantly thinking about the reverse being the case. But saw a big breakout from the bears, a pullback, and an attempt at a trend resumption. And now I think the bulls are trying to step in and save it. A strong bear close there, closing below the prior 2 bars. Does that get some follow through, or does it get reversed straight back up, which would show some trading range behavior and possibly not a bear trend? Not a bear trend day. Don't want to jinx myself, but I think there's a good chance that a new low of the day comes now. A new low of the day. Maybe not. I think whatever happens, I'm just going to move my stop losses to above this high. And net break even on these 2 positions. And then if if I get stopped out, I'll just have to reassess what I'm doing. Do you think that if this high gives up and the bulls get above it, they could make some kind of measured move up? So this could be a sort of final flag for the bears. Where that's, maybe the last attempt at a sell-off and then it reverses up for a bit. Oh, well, that sucks. I did jinx myself down here. Hoping for a new low. I did have about a 1% in profit down here, about $300. I was thinking about taking profit, but hoping for a little bit more. Yeah. Now this 15-minute bar doesn't look that good for the bears. My stop loss is right above it. Looks like the market wants to indeed go above it. Yeah. Stop loss is very close now. So might get stopped out of this position now. Yeah. 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 Just goes to show how quickly things can change in the market. stopped out. Break even. Well, ah, shit. Sneeze. Did just want to tick above the pry bar high and stop me out. Fucking hell. How annoying. How very annoying is that? Let's put my stop in the perfectly wrong place. Consecutive bear bars now again on the chart. On the 2-minute chart at least. Bear channel. Maybe. I do think I should be selling again. because it looks weak. Trading near the low of the day. Three consecutive bear bars on the 15-minute chart. I am going to sell again. It's right into the close of this 15-minute bar, 1 minute to the close, or 30 seconds now, 20 seconds. I'm hoping for a strong close on that bar, but the second hour of trading is approaching in 15 minutes, so it could reverse up sharply and close a strong bull bar on the 60-minute chart, or try to close something decent looking on the 60-minute chart. I'm hoping for new lows. Sort of waited patiently for this. I hope it pays off. I'm hoping for a bear collapse here. Just the big bars down. When the bulls realise that they're not managing to reverse it up and they just get stopped out and their stops start getting hit as it's going lower. But I do have to be careful of a double bottom. Come on, need to see big bear bars. Yeah, I'm going to take profit here. And just say that I've done okay for the morning. I've been at the chart for 2 hours now. it's 11:50 a.m. and say that I've done alright and made about $750 for the morning. I'm gonna have a break because I was looking after my nephew last week and sneezing. He had a cold. I'm coming down with it now as well. So I'm not feeling too great. I've got a sore throat and a runny nose and sneezing and stuff. I know I'm just gonna catch a I think it's the flu. I was starting to get a bit of fevers last night when I went to bed. So I don't want to exhaust myself right in the first day of the week. Just want to take it easy. I used to be a paramedic for about 16 years. And we used to get paid about $57 an hour. And our shifts used to be about 10 hours. And then you do 2 day shifts in a week. You do one afternoon, which is 12 hours. And then you also do one night shift, which is 14 hours. So I usually think that was my daily wage, being a professional healthcare worker, healthcare professional. And that's what I would make in 10 hours of work. So I usually think if my main goal when I started trading was to get to a point where I can sort of replace my professional wage. And if I'm making more than that in 2 hours of trading, I'm not unhappy with that. Sometimes you get more, sometimes last week I had one trade where I made $2,000. But I usually try to be humble about it and not get super greedy or anything, and just sort of be happy that I'm made more than my daily wage in the past in a couple of hours of trading. So I'm not too unhappy with my efforts this morning. I'm gonna end the video, and maybe I'll just show my trades for the day, because I did take a loss early on, which wasn't in my in the video that I was recording, because I didn't have my microphone on. Oops. I'll just take a screenshot of my trades for the day. So these are my trades. I had looks like I had 4 trades, but 5 entries. It was an early attempt to short. All of them have been shorts, because I didn't try to go long at all. So one was minus 170 plus 474 plus 50.5. That was the break even. Minus 47. And then this last entry plus 432. So about 750 for the day. I do think this is going lower because there's been 2 attempts by the bulls to save this. Because this is just my opinion. One attempt here to buy the low of the day, and maybe there was a measured move target from bears buying back shorts, which I thought would be a reasonable place to see a pullback here. So a breakout attempt to go higher here, above the high of yesterday, which was there. So a breakout attempt after the gap fill, and then a micro double top up here, which is visible in the 2-minute chart. A micro double top, which led to some pretty strong selling here, and a new low being made. And I think the bears, this is how I interpret things in my head anyway. But I don't know if that's what the institutions are thinking. It's just that I often notice these measured moves. If a breakout bar fails and the market trades below it, I often see a measured move down of that bar, the failed breakout attempt. So if it fails to get a measured move up, it usually wants to do the opposite and sell off to a measured move of this bar. But I wasn't quite ready to take a trade yet, because usually on Monday I don't rush into things. For better or worse, I find that Monday has been very difficult for me because I'm very excited coming back from the weekend to come and trade, and as soon as I'm excited, things can go wrong for me. But I do think that the bears were taking profit here at a measured move down, and that was the reason for this pullback. There was also this line here that I drew where bulls got trapped long if they bought above bar 1. I think they were trapped there, and they realized it because the market made a new low, and they tried to salvage the situation and buy more, get back to their break even, make money on the lower entries, and close right there, sell all their positions right there. I think that's why it's sold off from there. It's a pain trade. They were in pain. They were in pain when the market went and made a new low, and they realized that now technically this does not look like a bull trend day. It's making new lows. So they got the opportunity to close their trade for break even, and they did, apparently. And that was the bulls gone for the next few bars, which is why I was trying to sell there. Part of the reason why I was trying to sell. There was also a low one short there below a bull bar, which I think in hindsight I should have sort of known that that's not going to go too far before another pullback comes, because a bull bar is not a great sell signal bar. So if the market sells off below a bull bar, probably not going to go very far before it pulls back. So there's always like competing narratives that you have to balance, I think, in trading. You think it's going to sell off, but the sell signal is coming below bull bar. So maybe it doesn't go very far, which is what I usually see. maybe the bears aren't even that strong either. Maybe it's just going to be a broad bear channel for the day with deep pullbacks. I don't know. Because if the bears were very strong, you would see something like this, which happened on Wednesday. There was a little rally on the open here at 10 a.m. Another leg up, and then this. And that led to really strong selling here on the 5-minute chart, where it was just printing consecutive bear bars, and the market never even managing to trade above the prior bar high. Just really, really consistent selling pressure, and the bears just not stopping. So that led to a big sell-off, and I think it led to even lower prices later. Could be wrong. Yeah, lower prices later. A big sell-off on that day. And I think eventually it reversed. But look, wow. It sets the stage for a huge sell-off for the day. A spike and a bear channel. Until finally it became parabolic down here, overshooting the channel line. This is some kind of bear channel. It overshot the bear channel line and then reversed up for a leg or two. And then even more lows being broken. So I think that's what it looks like when bears are really strong. It could be that today is just a sort of tentative open. Market's not sure what it wants to do. Look, wow, more selling. So I think, yeah, look, this kind of spike leads to so much selling until finally it reverses on Friday. So Wednesday and Thursday were just consistent selling. But I don't think that the bears look that strong here. They do look strong. They're making new lows. But maybe they're not as strong as they were on Wednesday. So yeah, maybe I'll just have a break. But look at this, wow. On the 15-minute bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bear bars. That's really consistent from the bears. I mean, it could still lead to a bear collapse. Because eventually, I think eventually, if the bulls can't reverse it up, eventually they're going to give up. Eventually, they should give up, and maybe the market will print a huge give up bar. That's like massive bear bar. I don't know. It could do. But yeah, maybe it's just a sort of Monday tentative open. Market's not quite sure what the week's going to do. Last week was a doji bar. A sort of, not really a doji, it's a kind of a confusing bear bar because it's got huge tails on the top and the bottom. And it's closing right near where it opened. So it is a doji, I suppose. So maybe the market's just not sure what it wants to do yet. I still think I don't want this to distract me during the course of the week, but I do think that at some point, maybe this week or next week, at some point this gap will close, or is likely to close. Probably like a 60% chance of that happening. And maybe it closes even the gap to the prior month's high before this month is over, because well, there's 25 days left, but I'll just have to keep watching it. I'm sort of going to switch over to trading the Nikkei now, to this week at least. I'm not going to look at the European and the US sessions. Just want to see if I can start a new routine, just trading the Nikkei during the days here in Australia. I'm very optimistic, because the routine of trading the US markets late at night, it works, I make money, but it's not good being up late at night all the time, and it's just not great. I'll probably have a break now, because the Japanese have a break at 12:30 my time, so 2.5 hours into the trading day. They have an hour break, and I think usually not much happens during that break. There's usually a trading range, and then maybe I'll come back for an hour or two later. But so far I'm happy with what I've done for this morning, at least. Okay, I'm gonna close the video now.